if you didn't know, a few years ago, there was a Lord of the Rings Gollum game announced.
That's right.
Gollum is getting his own game, precious. And it's got a release date this September. It just got announced last week that the Gollum game is going to be coming this September to all major platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and I believe Switch. Could be wrong on that.
No, I think so. Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, Microsoft Windows, and PlayStation 5.
Nice.
Basically everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I would play this on a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this feels like a Switch game. We haven't had a gameplay trailer, I think. Since
there was an old gameplay trailer, and then there's been more of a recent cinematic trailer, I think.
Yeah. I think so. I think you're right. So it was like 2021. The game was announced 2019. But yeah, it looks interesting. I kind of briefly spoke to you about this before we were recording, and I'm just like, I love Lord of the Rings, but I'm not sure about a Gollum game.
Yeah.
He's not exactly the character that you would be like, I want him to be the hero of my story, because he's kind of
well, he's probably an anti-hero for the most part.
Yeah, for sure. And also like the design of the game or the graphics of the game are different. Like I feel like they're more cartoon animated style, which is again like different to something that we've seen before with kind of like Lord of the Rings games. So I think it should be cool, because it's Lord of the Rings. I automatically want to think it's cool.
I'm wondering,
but I don't know.
This is being developed by a different publisher, developer from like the more recent Lord of the Rings games or like Shadows of Mordor, but it seems like they're trying to go for the same kind of tone. But you said it yourself, like, what do you do in a Gollum game? And I assume it's going to be mostly stealth, a lot of sneaking around, a lot of like investigating or eavesdropping kind of things. So
I'm seeing this really interesting looking couple of pictures where it's like you have Gollum and you have Smeagol, where he's like, you get to choose which mind you're listening to. So
that's cool.
And yeah, so it looks kind of like I guess the best way I could put it is like what are like those games where it's more of like a movie, like,
more like a cinematic experience than anything.
Yeah, but you also have the component for stealth. So I don't think that there's any action, and we know that stealth games could work because I mean some of the best horror games in existence are pure stealth. You can't fight or anything. You just have to run away.
So maybe this is gonna be more in the vein of like a Detroit Become Human.
That's the one I was trying
narrative
to
adventure.
But like it looks like it's right between the narrative adventure, but instead of just blinking to the next scene, you do walk to the next scene. So you get the gameplay, and then you get the story, which Lord of the Rings is crazy story. So I'm thinking it's going to be more story based. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
but it does look really, really interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be like the funnest game on the planet, but it does look like something that for Gollum that would be like that. That's very justified, I think, for a character as broken as he is.
Yeah.
Story aside, like I feel like that's going to be definitely the highlight of this game. But kind of like Pagan alluded to, who's this game for?
Right.
If I know Pagan's a massive Lord of the Rings fan, I'm a pretty big Lord of the Rings fan too. And it's like I like the idea of a Gollum game, but it's also like I don't know. I feel like I'd get bored if this is all storytelling and narrative.
Right. I mean, you can't like. So Gollum doesn't wear any armor. You can't customize it. Like he doesn't carry anything. Yeah, he couldn't carry anything. So it is literally just story. I would presume storytelling and stealth. Like you guys are saying, unless the story is extremely compelling, I feel like this game could be difficult to play because, like you say, like I mean, Gollum is a polarizing character, right? He's got Smeagol and he's got Gollum, and he's such an interesting character, and he's so good. Like in the game, in the films, like it's excellent. I have only read The Hobbit, and I haven't read The Lord of the Rings, so I'm sure he's amazing in those as well. But all of my fan based, I guess, for The Lord of the Rings is from the films. It's cool. like I like the idea. I'm just not sure. Like of just a Gollum game, because you can't do anything with the character, you can't carry anything, so you are just going to be walking through this world and listening. But then I am excited for the world they're going to. They've recently just released like Mirkwood footage, which is great. I fucking love Mirkwood. I think Mirkwood is so dope. So yeah, I'm interested to see the world and the character building and listen to the stories.
I wonder if the game might rely on things like quick time events to help get through some of the more action heavy sequences. If to maintain more of a cinematic experience.
Mm-hmm. And then I wonder if there's like a morality.
Yeah, like you you can go like dark Gollum version, or you can go light Smeagol version, like through the story to experience like a different arc.
That's the picture that I saw, is that like there's red remarks and then there's green remarks. But when I read them, they don't really sound that different.
Okay.
Like the green ones, just on the picture that I saw, the green ones are like he's basically telling the orc not to kill him, and then the red ones are like different versions of stealth. So,
yeah,
but that's clearly Gollum is the red ones, and Smeagol is going to be the green. So so it looks like there might be kind of like, you know, and that's what I'm interested in. Is you're asking me who the game is for? I think the game is for Lord of the Ring fans completely. I don't think it's for anybody else though.
Yeah, not like your typical gamer.
Exactly. So I have confidence that they're going to have an incredible story, but I think that unfortunately it's like having a Star Wars game where you're not either a Jedi or a bounty hunter. You're the kid that has to pick up stuff and take it to the
I have the perfect example for you. A game like this already exists, and for me it's the Godzilla game. Love it as a Godzilla fan. Would not recommend to anyone else.
If you're not a Godzilla
if you're not a Godzilla fan, you're not going to want to play this game. I love it. I think it's great. I have a blast with it because I love just stomping around and smashing buildings. But if you are there for the gameplay and not for Godzilla, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, no, that's
far
fair.
cry from a game.
Yeah.
Accessibility.
Yeah. I'm excited. I am hoping to play this game. I would really like to play this game. I do think that it does feel like a Switch game, but I don't know if I love it. Like I don't. For you? Yeah, I feel like it is, because you know how sometimes like Switch games are more just like stuff you do on the go instead of, you know, I don't know how to describe it really.
The
like
I prefer kind those of experiences.
Yeah, like Stardew Valley and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff on the Switch and Animal Crossing and stuff. It's cool. It's nice. It's like a cool game. So I think
I don't know. I've got over 100 hours of playtime on Breath of the Wild, so not so bite sized. But then again, I like to play it like wherever I go. I could just hop into Zelda and just run around the world.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like that sometimes. So sometimes I just associate different games with consoles. Like, okay, I'm going to play this on my Xbox, or I'm going to play this on the PlayStation, or I'm going to play it on Switch. And this feels like a Switch game. I'm excited for it anyway because it's Lord of the Rings, and duh.
There'll probably be a lot of really cool story beats in the game, I'm sure.
Yeah, there might be really cool tidbits as well for people who are like really interested in the lore.
Yeah.